My Christian boyfriend is worried about some of the metal I listen to. This person goes on to write, I listen to very heavy metal like deathcore and death metal. I love metal, but it's all about the sound for me, and I don't really get hung up on the lyrics. Some lyrics are obviously really dark. This bothers my boyfriend, but he knows I like metal. He has expressed worry that listening to metal could negatively influence me because some of it is evil. I've expressed that I do pray to Jesus and I'm not supporting anything evil. I just like the sound of the music. He has told me that it saddens God because of some of the stuff I listen to. He said I can still be influenced negatively because I listen to it even if I don't know what they are saying. He has also expressed that he is worried that if we were to have a child together, he doesn't want the child influenced negatively because of the music I listen to and doesn't want the child to have problems because of this. What are your thoughts? Good question. I think a lot of people deal with this. I think there's many types of music which have negative lyrics to them in like almost every genre, you know? Most genres, there's some songs that are very negative in one way or another. What would you tell this person? I think this is a very common thing. Please take a moment, comment down below because you never know how your comment might help someone who's also in this predicament. I also dealt with this. Growing up in the 90s and 2000s, there was a lot of rap music that I found, very enjoyable. And it was on the radio, it was in the schools, and I listened to it. I bought the CDs, and I didn't really think it was negatively impacting me. As an adult, I can see how singing along, almost like a mantra to some of these songs, couldn't have been good for my perspective on things. I mean, I just can't imagine it being that. Maybe it's just because I've gotten older, and it's just like an older person thing to say, to be like, that music's gonna, but I feel like it's true. I feel like on some level, if you're over and over again repeating the chorus to something that is inherently negative and almost demonic, like especially rap music can get really demonic, about like violence, and I don't need to get into this, so in some ways I just feel like that can't be healthy. And at the very least, like, say it's not negatively impacting you because maybe you still are keeping your heart light and you're still thinking about God and you're not actually acting upon the things that you're singing about. I feel like you're missing an opportunity to really connect, with some really high level music. It's like not always a bad thing to eat something that doesn't contain a lot of nutrition, but if you're constantly eating something that has no nutrition in it, even if you're not like, your body isn't negatively getting impacted by it, you're missing out on opportunities to eat like berries that have antioxidants or other kind of like really nutrient dense meals. If you're always just eating garbage food that has no real nutrition in it, you're missing out on the nourishment that could come from having a really beautifully varied organic, diet of things that can actually make it like fortify your body with nutrition. And in some ways, I think music is the same way. You could even go down the route of saying that some of this music, I'm not super familiar on deathcore and death metal and stuff like that, but I know that they do use some instruments in certain musics that resonate at a very low frequency and can actually lower your vibration and stuff like that. And I think at the end of the day, God and Jesus want you to vibrate very high, to be filled with beautiful music that raises your spirits, not, really low 808 drums are the ones that I heard that really just kind of lower your vibration and leave you in this like lower state of being in a way. Um, at the end of the day, I don't think God's mad at you at all. I think he wants just your love, and he wants you to let Jesus in your heart. So I think he forgives you for listening to whatever music you want to listen to. And I think the boyfriend in this situation is maybe projecting fear into the future when he's like, well, if we have a baby together, you can't have the baby listening to deathcore. death metal, and fair. I mean, I get it. I get that 100%. But at the same time, I think there'll be a lot of growth in between those two things. Like a pregnancy takes 9 months, and people's perspective on things greatly shifts when they get pregnant, for both the man and the woman. And I think the same things that they resonated with pre-pregnancy might shift, and they would absolutely think twice before exposing their little child to something that is negative, especially if their partner has an issue with it. That's just kind of my thoughts on it. I don't think God's necessarily mad at you or it's like a sin. I just kind of feel like you're missing out on an opportunity to really connect with God and Jesus on an amazing level when you listen to something that really, is singing God's praise, or at the very least, just really kind of making you appreciate the world around you. I think it's a great opportunity for connection. Let's see what this person says. This person wrote, "He has told me that it saddens God because some of the stuff I listen to." They write, "When exactly did God appoint your boyfriend to decide what makes God sad? It's extremely manipulative and controlling for him to say that. Please don't allow him to make decisions for you. Once you start doing that, it can be hard to stop." I see what they're saying, It might be coming from a good place. Like he might just be more genuinely, concerned than actually manipulative and controlling. But they got a point. They do have a point there. This person says, "Forcing Christianity on the kid is a bigger concern than art, in my opinion. Let the kid you don't have yet decide freely in their own time." As others have mentioned, a great deal of metal is inspired by some of the really dark stuff in the Bible, demanding human sacrifice, like dark stuff. It saddens God. That's pathetic, using God as a stick to beat you with. Wow. Okay. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, okay. Just go on to the next one. What do you guys think about that? Can you take a comment? Can you comment about that? This person says, "Christians seem to be upset about secular music, but watching violent shows like Game of Thrones is acceptable. But yes, I like metal, but I'm unsure if there are any Christian metal bands. Not sure if Skillet counts or not." This person says, "If it doesn't say anything that's satanic or something like that, just listen to it. Harsh lyrics aren't necessarily a sin. A lot of harsh stuff happens in the Bible as well. But if you have to be objective with the metal you listen to, one of my favorite metalcore songs of all time is Dethroned by Bad Omens, but I stopped listening to it for obvious reasons. Just read the lyrics." So really, are you listening to satanic metal, or does your boyfriend just doesn't like that genre and finds the evilness of metal as a scapegoat? Solid comments. A little harsh, but I get what they're coming from. I think at the end of the day, people grow, they evolve, they go through phases, just like the seasons. When we're young, sometimes we indulge in music that is not good for our mind, and we can still grow out of it and become healthy individuals. I know that's not what a parent would want to hear and stuff like that, but I've seen a lot of people who, when they were younger, listened to music that as they're older, they're like horrified that was just common, that was like on the radio and commonplace. I'm sure you could think of songs that were very popular and a lot of people were listening to, and they just had very terrible lyrics and stuff like that. And I think it does on some level negatively affect people, probably certain people more than others. But at the end of the day, I think we are strong, and especially if we have God and Jesus in our heart, they will protect us from things. And not that we should seek out things that we know are not good for us, but there's no need to fear because God is here. I didn't mean to rhyme that, but at the same time, it's kind of true. With God on your side, you will get through it, you'll grow, you'll maybe see the error of your music selection in the future and just choose something that is more aligned with your Christian values. And it doesn't have to be such a condemnation, from your boyfriend, and it can be more of just like a opportunity to grow closer to God and enjoy a new choice in music selection, if that makes sense. As always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Please take a moment and comment on this video. I love when you guys give your opinion. It absolutely makes my day. I love reading you guys' comments. So I hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.